for the weekend, where we chat with our friends from Mahoning and Trumbull County about all the great events and activities that we have coming up here in the Valley. And we're going to get right into it. I'm wearing like a springy color because I'm trying to like encourage the weather to get warm. But
Yeah.
we'll see if that helps. All right, what do you got going on, Sam?
All right. I have no tricks. I know it's April Fool's, but I'm not particularly a
Oh,
fan,
we
so I'm
should have
just
thought
gonna.
of something. We should have thought of something.
It's always like a little too lame. And I'm like, all
Right,
right.
yeah.
So I'd rather just not. So I'm just gonna normal events. Nothing is a lie
Yes,
here.
let's do it. All right.
Quite a bit of kind of history-based things this coming weekend. History and food, of course. Mesopotamia's Historical Society is doing their fish fry this Friday. So that is $16 a person, which is really affordable for the portion that you get. Of course, this is, I would say Trumbull County, but Mahoning's the same way. Everything is huge portions here.
Right,
So
yeah.
great portions of food. That'll be at the Mespo Town Hall this Friday from 5 to 7. And they usually do like a Chinese auction and all sorts of things. And I believe they still have at least one more fish fry after this Friday too, on the 17th. So if you missed this one on the 17th, you could try that again too. Also this Friday, the Trumbull County Historical Society has a workshop on transcribing history, but this is not a typical workshop in that they're not just teaching you how to transcribe historical documents. You're actually going to volunteer and transcribe documents. So
Cool.
it is April 3rd all day, so you can reach out to them to set up certain times or just show up as needed. It is a free event. They're going to be at the Warren Library, but they set a room aside and they just bring a huge stack of documents that they need transcribed and set digitally. And then any volunteers who show up they make sure you know what you're doing, and then you get to help them restore and preserve history for our county. So that's always fun. They do these kind of, I would say like a couple times a year I see these pop up. So I think it's a really fun way to get involved in our county's history. Another historical event they have through Southington is on this Saturday, the 4th. They are doing a behind the scenes tour of Chalker School. Chalker High School is in Southington, right off of State Route 534. And it's not a building that you really publicly get to go into very often. It's a really beautiful historical building with like pillars. It's a yellow building if you've ever seen it. But the Historical Society will be doing a guided tour of the high school in Southington at 10 a.m. this Saturday. It is $10 for non-members. It's free if you are already a Historical Society member. So either way, very affordable. But you do need to register ahead of time. So if you go to trulytrumbull.com/events or onto the historical page, you can sign up if you are a non-member or a member. Either way, even if it's the free selection, you should still try to sign up. Non-historical based things, a couple fun things too. This Saturday at the Eastwood Mall, they are doing their robotics showcase from 11 to 2 p.m. This will be in their center court area. They will have a bunch of different high school teams, robotics, who have competed against each other, competed in other competitions, showing off the design and programming they've put together, and compete in some fast-paced, game-based challenges too for people to come watch. Obviously, that is a free event to go see. And we have some pretty amazing robotics teams. I know the Warren robotics team is like outstanding, like national level,
they always
crazy
come
good.
up with like crazy things.
Yeah, they're pretty absurd. So I definitely recommend stopping by and checking out the teams on Saturday. And then I wanted to skip ahead. I know we will obviously be talking next Wednesday too, but I wanted to get ahead of it because this is a concert. Next Wednesday, which is April 8th, there will be a special performance at Packard Music Hall called Aria Nouveau. And this is one of the 2026 season performances that's sponsored by the Warren Civic Music Association. So I think if there's one to go to for supporting Warren Civic Music and Packard Music Hall, this is the one. The cost is about $45 a ticket. It's at 6 p.m. And it'll be a combination of like a very famous soprano singer named Laura Auer and tenor John Rison, as well as a beautiful orchestra and performance. I know it's a collaboration of hits across the board, but like just some examples, they're going to do Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera. They're going to do some very famous Italian operas. They're going to cover some Nat King Cole, some Celine Dion, some Tony Bennett. Like, whatever you're into, I think they will hit on something that you're interested in. So it's a really good show to go see.
Very cool. All right, Tara, what do you got?
Okay, well, if you're still looking for something to do for Easter, Waypoint 4180, they're doing an Easter buffet. The last call for reservations is today at 2 p.m. So there's still time. They have 2 seatings on Sunday, one from 11 to 2 and the other from 2 to 4. Friday is First Fridays, Youngstown again. This month, it will be at Oh Wow Children's Center. The theme is Let's Glow. It's a neon night at Oh Wow. This is for adults only, ages 18 and up. But from 5 to 7:30, they'll have live music, a DJ, just a night full of light, music, science activities. They're recommending that you wear neon and glow-in-the-dark attire. So it'll just be, I think, kind of a fun atmosphere. Again, adults only in a children's center. Free admission. They're ending this event at 7:30 because then they want to kind of like promote the live music at nearby venues downtown. And one of those is at the Covelli Center. Third day, the 30th anniversary tour is Friday at 7 p.m. This is an iconic band that shaped Christian music, and they're reuniting for the 30th anniversary tour. This is the first time in over a decade that the original members have hit the stage together. So they're going to celebrate 3 decades of their hits, and that's Friday at 7.
I always love a good reunion.
Yeah.
Good reunion tour. Those are fun.
Also Friday at the Hopewell Theater, they're opening their production of Silent Sky. There'll be performances Friday and Saturday, and then all of next weekend, Friday through Sunday. This tells the true story of 19th century astronomer Henrietta Leavitt and explores a woman's place in society during a time of immense scientific and heartbound discoveries. With music and math bursting forth on stage, Henrietta and her female peers change the way we understand both the heavens and the earth. So I think that'll be a different performance there at Hopewell Theater. And then finally on Saturday, it is the Super Toy Expo at the Cantfield Fairgrounds Event Center. This show comes out there. They have hundreds of vendors selling new vintage toys. They have comic books, video games, everything you can imagine. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission is $5, and they're giving swag bags to the first 300 people.
That sounds super fun.
Awesome.
I hit that. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. If you have anything you'd like to add, just put it in the comments, and